Hi all, welcome back to more Europa Universalis, playing the ambitious Margrave solo scenario. This is my part 6, and it seems I'm neglecting my other games. I did have good intentions of going to another table. I've got another big table and a smaller table with another game set up as well, so which is silly having so many games like set up, but it just kind of went that way. But yeah, this is keeping me occupied for now. I'm enjoying it. I'm still shuffling my way through it slowly, as you'll have noticed if you watched any of this. Anyway, okay. No real more comments, but I noticed a mistake from part 4. I've just released part 4 today, and when I was watching it back, I realised I blundered because I was carrying out Denmark bot's action, and he was doing the papal curia, and he's since had a military action. Or is that what we're doing just now? Yeah. So that's what we're in the middle of, and we'll get back to that in a second. But the previous card that he had was papal curia, and we ended up with this situation with this excommunicated and removal of the cardinal from the papal curia track. And for some reason, I done it on Denmark itself. So that shouldn't have been the case. So hang on. So this was a little bit time ago, but I don't think anything's interfered with just being able to fix this. Now, we removed... I want to say he got -1 prestige, and people controller. No, that is quite far on this one. I was hoping to try and find it without. Oh, hang on, there is that not there? Papal curia. Yeah, I'm in the right bit. Excommunicate ruler. Yeah. Place an excommunicated token on the target's Catholic realm's capital. Right. Well, that shouldn't be there then, and it should be on. Vienna, or Bien, as it's shown here. Maybe I should just stick with them rather than try to be smart and come up with the English names of them. So that's where it should be, and I'm still not feeling that comfortable about this procedure because I've not seen this done at all in anything I've watched. In fact, I didn't even know this was an action you could take. So you've got there's two different actions, papal actions. It's only around ages 1 and 2. Does it show it on the... No, because these are basic actions, aren't they? Does it show on anywhere else on this? No. Because even when you look... Well, hang on, if I looked in the rulebook... Well, let's finish this first, so I get this right, because I'm at that bit. So then the player realm whose ruler is excommunicated loses 1. What do we call it? 1 prestige. Oh, and he loses his. Right, I'll come to the prestige track in a second. And he loses his cardinal. Well, so that shouldn't have happened. And it should be the Austrian one that gets removed. Now, if we remove that, does that one need to move to the left? Or... It doesn't say anything there. I just feel like that should be up at number 1. Did we not move them already? I think we moved them already, didn't we? Well, how did we move it before? Cardinals. When you gain a cardinal, it's placed in the first cardinal slot to the right of the dotted line. Right of the dotted line. Yeah, that's because Roma's there. I don't know if you can see that up there. I can hardly see it either. Yeah, I can just make out the dotted line. So the right of there all cardinals currently on the track are then slid one space to the right. If there is a cardinal in the rightmost available slot when a new token is added, this is returned to its owner. I'm not seeing that there. We'll maybe see more about that. But I'm going to leave it in the 2 slot there. But please let me know if that should have slid back to the 1 slot because the 1 slot was removed. I don't think it tells you anything. Well, hang on. It does sort of have something up there. Place new cardinal in slot number 1. Slide the other one to the right. Yeah, just what I've read there, really. I just seem to remember us moving one to the left at some point when we were doing something. Now, what did we do? It was our one that got removed. What was it called? Cardinal Dies. Now, where might I find that? That's one of the event effects, isn't it? Event. Right, hang on. Yeah, I think this is that. Secondary effects, isn't it? We're looking for Cardinal Dies. There it is, down the bottom. Because we did this, and we were in the middle slot, I think. So you had Austria, Brandenburg, and Denmark, I think. I could go back and look at that, to be honest. So you must remove any cardinal except the Roma from the Papal Curia. Slide remaining to the left to fill the gap. And then it works out which one gets removed. It turned out it was us. So that says slide remaining to the left to fill the gap, but it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that within what we're doing here. This excommunicate. You'll see it just says a player realm whose ruler excommunicated loses 1 prestige and 1 cardinal from the Papal Curia track, and they must discard 4 influence from Catholic areas. So it doesn't sort of tell you anymore. It just says you've got to remove 1. I mean, I suppose if you had more than 1, it could be your choice there as well. I think it's just left like that. I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, somebody let me know if there's something I'm missing there. So we also took away 4 influence from them, so that needs to go back as well. And it was 2 influence from Gotland and Skane because we went alphabetically here, and 2 from Ostlandet, wasn't it? Ostlandet. So that was the 4. However, now we've got to come down here and remove 4. Now, yeah, I checked. This influence was here before we had this event. And Austria haven't added any more influence since then, I don't believe. So they've got to remove 4 from... and this is alphabetical as well, so there's quite a few here. So this is Bohemia. This is Bavaria and Swabia, so that's 1 in so far. Lombardy, Central Italy, so that's a C. Dalmatia is a D, and this is Hungarian Plains and Royal Hungaria. So it seems a little odd that they're doing it that way alphabetically, but my take on that is it's probably not that awfully important. I mean, I don't know though. If I was the player here, I might sort of want to select the influence that was getting removed, quite carefully myself, I think. As well, based on as much as I know about the game, I think I've just placed an influence up there and I didn't really have a clue. All I wanted to do was connect up to my merchant. So I'm saying that I probably wouldn't have a clue either. However, it's probably one of these things that within the rules is more bother than it's worth to have written more, written more rules to decide which info. You can imagine, how would you do it? How would you decide that this one should go before one of these? It doesn't elaborate on that as far as I'm aware. The only one thing I did notice it talked. Well, it says alphabetically. Where are we? Right, why am I? Monosaurals, yeah. Yeah, province area and sea zone selection. So when given the option to select a province, area or sea zone, and then in brackets it's got to add unrest, to siege, to invade, and then comma, etc. So I have to say that to place influence as well has to be one of the... I wish it was written in there, but it just says etc. But there's no other mention of... And the only other mention of influence is talking about imperial influence in the solar rules. So there's no other mention about... Right, sorry. Yeah, it's right in the middle of what I was talking about. Yeah, I think I was looking at the solar rules. There's nothing else I can find regarding... to help you towards deciding which influence gets removed. So you've kind of got to go just alphabetically. So we're doing that. 4 of them. So what did we say was the winner? Bavaria and Swabia. So that's 2. So we'll remove the A2. And then Bohemia would be next. So we remove that 1. That's 3. And then I think there was a C, wasn't there? Central Italy down here's a C. I think it's going to be that one. Now, they've got the imperial influence up there as well. I want to say that's probably not what we should be taking away, though. So I'm going to go for that one. So yeah, I'm doing these things, and I'm still not that sure if they're all going right. I was hoping. Well, no news is generally good news. I mean, Martin's brought up 2 or 3 things, pointed out 2 or 3 things out. And my videos haven't been up there that long though as well, but please chime in if I'm doing something wrong, for sure. I don't want to keep going with this if I'm, getting things majorly wrong. Because there's a lot to keep track and keep your eye on. So that's that thing fixed. Well, apart from... Now, Denmark would not be on -1 because they did not lose prestige. Austria did, but you'll see that they were on -2 and then they gained 4 or 5 or something, I think. Well, it must have been 5 they gained, so they're up to +3 now. But with that, they should have been 1 less than that, so they're on 2 instead of 3. Okay, so hopefully that's fixed and hopefully it's right, and that's all we can do. Right, where was I going next? Okay. Yes, targeting charts. That's where we're at. We are carrying out the military operation for Denmark. We've spent the... We've spent the ball power, we've done the cardboard, we're going through the flow chart. I've laid things out here now, I'm not going to go back to the flow chart. We are on an area in the flow chart that says we need to select a military target. Okay, we rolled the dice and then we rolled a 4. We got Sweden. We looked at Sweden and we realised that Sweden has an alliance, so it's not targetable as a target for declaration of war, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to place a claim, I think, or try to declare war on somebody. So, and then we came to look at what we do next, because Sweden's not valid. And we started looking through this, and there's children, there's cousins, there's siblings. So it was confusing me quite a bit. And I was also a bit baffled there wasn't an awful lot more out there, and I thought, right, this is probably just a me thing then. So, and left that in the end of the last video, but I thought, well, if I want to play more, I've got to try and find out. So I popped a question out there. Roberto replied very quickly. I was asking if there's any sort of thread or anywhere I should look to maybe get a bit more information on that. He linked a thread which I'd already read that he had replied to, and the guy was basically He had went right down. It was Austria chart, but it was Austria targeting chart. And he kept going down, they were all invalid, and they got right down to the bottom, and then he wondered about what he'd done then. So, at first when I had read it, I thought, I'm not really sure that's helping me, but I didn't really give it enough time. Because I found that was just last night I seen that. So, admittedly, I didn't give it enough time. So, when Roberto replied with a link, and he said, let me know if that doesn't help, or, come back to me, and I can try and help more. So, I looked at it more and gave it more time, and I think I'm understanding most of it. And also the guys, following how the guy done it, he went down and down and down, and then I get what the children are. We start here, we get down to Sweden. Sweden's not a viable target. It's not eligible. It's invalid, right? So we then look at the children of this, and that is we roll dice again to see where it goes. Now, I thought that's what happened. But then we keep going, basically. So if we end up with something else, we then roll again. But if you get further down and there's nowhere else to go, you actually start coming back up, and then you add a die roll. And the bit that says wrap around if necessary, I was like, when I looked at that first, I thought, what does that mean? Well, let's just say that we were in here, owner of Danzig, and we'd rolled a 4. And then it took us down here, and this was invalid, and we were coming back up. Then we would look at the 5, which would point us down here again, which is no good. Then we would look at the 6, and then we would wrap round to the 1, I think. I think that's what that means. So then we would come over here, Brandenburg and Prussia, and then look. But you can see how, depending on what die roll you roll at first, if down here you rolled a 3 and you came back up, you would jump up to 4, and then you look at Bohemia, and then maybe you come back up, and then you'd go to 6 and down to Austria. So I think that's how it was. So I know what the what is it? Children, and so, and then siblings. So it's siblings when you're going back up. Backtrack to sibling nodes. Yeah, I suppose because they are the children, aren't they? And then there's different options though, so that's why they're saying siblings. Sorry, I just can't grasp that. Family tree stuff and whatever. It's just one of the things I'm, obviously not very good at. But as for cousins, I left that back to Roberto, so he might come back and explain what is meant by cousin. And I'm sure it'll be quite clear and simple. It's just there's a lot going on there, you know what I mean? And when you read it in the rulebook, I think it looks like this is good if you understand it. It looks like it is good and a good way to do it, and you're just rolling a dice and keep rolling a dice, and it looks like a good way to do it. But I think they could have explained that a bit clearer. Maybe that's just me though, because like I say, there's not enough of a lot out there on that, so maybe everybody's getting it and they've not got a problem. That's just Daft Grant here. Okay, so we rolled and we got Sweden, so that's not any good. So now we're going to roll again. I'll just take that away now. We're going to roll again and see the children roll. Where if we roll a 1, we go that way, 2, 3, 4 that way, 5, 6 that way. So let us do that. Another 4. Okay, so Realm in Jutland. So I don't think. Now hold on. Yeah, this is Denmark bought Grant because it says it right there. A Realm in Jutland, right? I don't think they're any good either, because they're all controlled by Jutland there, and all the realms in there are controlled by Denmark. So that's invalid as well. So where do we go from there? Oh well, this is an interesting one then, because this, and maybe this is why I left it, because what do we do now? We're Realm in Jutland. Now, hang on though. There's a black arrow going along to there to Hamburg. Oh dear. Right, See, I don't know if we should jump now to Hamburg, and could this be where the cousin bit kicks in, or I don't know. I mean, why does it? Well, that's as if it's saying, if that's not valid, there's no die roll, you just jump to Hamburg, maybe? If it's either one of two things. It's either we go back to Sweden and check the die roll that we rolled a 4, we then move that up 1 on the die to a 5, and then we would come to Pomerania. So, does that happen? Or this arrow that's just jumping from Jutland to Hamburg, do we just go straight to that? Well, I don't know. If a target realm is not valid, roll between children nodes unless a preferred substitute is listed. Unless a preferred substitute is listed. If no valid descendant nodes, backtrack to sibling nodes, which is what I would say, and we would backtrack to there, to Sweden, and then not roll a dice again, we would just add 1 to the dice that we rolled, and then keep adding 1, and then it would wrap round. So it would go to Pomerania. Increasing the die value to the next branch with a valid target, wrap around if necessary. If no valid sibling nodes, backtrack to cousin nodes. Yeah, I don't know what a cousin node is. Because this doesn't even look like it's a backtrack, does it? This black, and this is a black arrow as well. I don't know. I mean, looking at this one down here, let's just say you went to Austria. Does that mean you would check Austria, and if it was invalid, you would just go straight on? So that does seem to say, I think it's going to be Hamburg then. I think it's going to be Hamburg here. If this black arrow wasn't here, I'd be comfortable in moving back to Sweden, up in the dice roll to 5, and then going to Realm in Pomerania, and then carrying on from there. Which I think we would be able to go in there somewhere. Well, Hamburg is, I think, a valid target. So, let me just look. I mean, it's a possibility. Like I say, I got a quick reply from Roberto earlier on, so let's see if he's maybe, because the arrows are black, and there's a reason that they're black, isn't there? It's just, I wish it was clearer here. I mean, the where you start the dice, they're all black arrows, and then you move into Sweden, and everything's blue here, and the arrows are all blue. I'm not sure the relevance of the colours, but it's maybe just to separate them all. And then you've got the odd black arrow. Well, in fact, this is the only one from Jutland. All the rest are down the bottom here, which I would be more comfortable that if it was Jutland and the arrow just pointed down from Jutland to, well, that's kind of what it's doing though, Grant. The only arrow out of Jutland is taking you to Hamburg. So shouldn't you just... And it is the next one down in the sort of line, if you look. I mean, if you look where we are, there's Jutland there, and there's Hamburg right there, in Lower Saxony. And this would be a valid target. Although, if it was going back and going to Pomerania, which is in here, there's valid targets in here for Denmark too, so... Right, give me a little pause here. Right, so I just went and checked there, and yes, indeed, Roberto came back and replied right away again, very quick, which is great. So what he said is, and yeah, I was aware that this is the way I should be looking at it. It's just it's not something I'm really accustomed to, Anyway, I'll read what he says. He says, you should think about the charts as a family tree. Your cousin is the son/daughter of your aunt/uncle, who is the brother/sister of your father/mother. Yeah, okay. So he gives a little bit of an example here, which is good, and I actually replied to him by saying something like this should be in the rulebook. I think it would be most useful. Why does things feel a little bit dark there? Just my imagination. I think it must be. Maybe it's the cream colour of the rulebook here. Okay, so he's looking at the owner of Franche-Comté, which is here. Probably pronouncing that terribly wrong. So he's saying, applying that to the node below. If you were owner of Franche-Comté, bottom left, he's got part of the diagram, the picture in his reply. But so if you were owner of that, he says your father mother would be the owner of Brescia. So they are. So okay, that makes sense, right? Your siblings would be Venice and Realm of Lombardy. So father, mother, we're the owner of that. That's our father, mother. Our siblings are Venice and Realm of Lombardy because they're the children of that as well. Yeah, got that. So basically, this is our brothers and sisters, isn't it? We're all brothers and sisters. Yeah, he doesn't mention that one, but oh no, he does. Because of his son, daughter, your aunt, and uncle, who is the brother, sister of your father, mother. Right. Okay. So and then going on. Your aunt uncle would be Bavaria since they come from the same ancestor. So there's owner of Brescia. This is where we're looking at. That's her father, mother. And that, your aunt uncle would be Bavaria. Because they're both coming from the actual, this is the main, this is the, I don't know what this stems from. It's just a dice, but this is who you're descending from. So that descends to there, so that descends to there. So these are brother, sister. That's right. They would be brother, sister. And then that's all the children. These children are of that. So these children, this would be their aunt, uncle. However, Realm of Lombardy, Realm of Lombardy comes from both, doesn't it? So, I don't know, that's a bit of a mixture, that one, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, I'm sort of getting it. So your aunt and uncle would be Bavaria, since they come from the same ancestor. Yeah, and that's our main ancestor to start with. So, and then he carries on, Realm of Lombardy, Salzburg, which is along here. Now these are all coming from Bavaria, and Saxony, all descendants of Bavaria, also known as your aunt uncle. So remember this one, that's our aunt uncle. So these are all our cousins. So yeah, also known as your aunt uncle would be your cousins since they all come from Aunt Bavaria. Yeah. So yeah. This one's slightly strange though. Is that it's not a black arrow, is it? Maybe it is. No, I think that's still a blue arrow, isn't it? It's just that one comes from owner of Brescia as well, so there's a bit of a mixture going on in there, isn't there? So is that our cousin? I mean, could that not be classed as our brother sister? I don't know. I don't know about that one. But anyway, the whole structure and how he's pointing that out to me is really helpful, and it's making me understand it much better. And I think we can move on now, and hopefully be able to deal with that. So thanks very much, Roberto. Hopefully I'll not have any more issues with that one anyway. Right, so getting back to our one though, I don't think that has completely helped with our one, but let me maybe take that on board and see. I think this is straightforward though, Grant. I think this is a case of we've got to realm in Jutland. We can't target a realm in Jutland that's invalid. We're not going to go back because there's an arrow here taking us to Hamburg. And Hamburg, I'm not right in saying that Sweden, we are son-daughter of Sweden, and this is son-daughter of Sweden as well, although it's also son-daughter of owner of Akershus. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. I think we get to there. If that's invalid, we're not going back to there, because I think it wants you to prioritise Hamburg if Jutland doesn't work before considering Pomerania. That's my take on that. I'm going to go with that. So we're going to target Hamburg. That's going to be, and I think we're just going to go with that because this has been taking a bit of time to make this decision. So we're going to target Hamburg. Right, so now to find where we are here. Well, it's one with the dice rolls, isn't it? Yeah, it's here. So we were here. We had checked that. That was the last one we checked. That was a no. We roll a dice, go to the military chart, roll for target. If an NPR, place a claim. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that first. Right, so we're going to place a claim in Hamburg, but there's a certain claim numbers. There's claims with numbers on them. I think it's to do with die rolls. It says the bot will only use the claim numbered from 1 to 6 as a claim. Well, those numbers 7 and 8 will only be used for the core tokens on the reverse side. Right, who is this? It's Denmark we're doing, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so you've got see, hang on. There's claim 8, and it's got a core on the back, and there's claim. Oh no, well they've all got a core in the back, Grant. Oh, actually no, some of them have got other things in the back. Claim 1. The bottle only used in the number, the claims numbered from 1 to 6 as claims, while those numbered 7 to 8 will only be used for the code token on the reverse side. Right, okay. So 8, 7. 8 and 7 are used for core tokens. Must be that one there. No, it's not. There's 7. There it is, there, right. Okay, 7 and 8 have core tokens on the back. Yeah, there's one that's got, well actually there's 2 that have got that CB on the back, and the rest have cores on the back. Right, so, well, I guess it's not telling me. So I would use it, I'd be using 7 and 8 if we were replacing a core, but that's not what we're doing, so I'll just use number 1 then. Voila. Yeah, okay. So claim number 1 I'll just use. And that's going to go in Hamburg. Right. And I don't think there's any anything restricting me doing that. When a bot needs to place a claim, but all tokens are in play, they will first take a non-colonial claim, then on map with the lowest tax value. Yeah, no. Well, I was talking about token limitations, right enough. Is there anything else about claims then? Don't think so. Oh, placing, yeah, it's in the targeting part, right. Placing claims on NPRs. When rolling on a military targeting chart, if the target is an NPR, place a claim as soon as a valid target has been rolled. Okay, we've done that. Normally the claim is placed in the NPR's capital area, but for all owner of province and realm in area results, the claim is placed in the named area or where the named province is. Well, this was just in the province, Hamburg, wasn't it? I moved away from that. Yeah, it was just directly into Hamburg, and Hamburg is a capital anyway, isn't it? Yeah. So, okay, that's where that's going. Long last. Okay, so we move on. Place the claim, now we're following the black arrow out of here. Target is an opponent. No. So it's not an opponent. So up into here. Has less than 4 influence in non-player realms, target areas, and target is eligible. And the little 1. Yeah, well, the target's got to be eligible to place. Oh, mind you, we were only placing a claim, weren't we? No, because when we're going to the military chart, we're rolling for a target to place a claim. I mean, we couldn't have placed the claim. Well, certainly couldn't have placed the claim. No, hold on. Have I been jumping the gun there, thinking? No, we can't surely place claims into Sweden. Can we? I thought things were starting to move there now. Well, reading the rules for fabricate claims, it says you cannot place a claim in areas where you have claims or you own all the provinces. So that definitely rules Jutland out. As for Sweden, you must be at peace to fabricate a claim. To fabricate a claim in this area, there's nothing that stops it there. So, I know we can't declare war on Sweden because we've got an alliance with them, but I'm now starting to wonder if I could have placed the claim. 22, 25, hang on. I think we're going to stick with Hamburg. I came across a thread there, the guy was asking a question and he rolled on the military action. He ended up with a realm that he was allied with, so he decided that was invalid and then rolled again, and he actually ended up with Hamburg as well. Now Roberto answered that, replied to that, and he didn't seem to make any suggestion that the claim should have went into where it was allied. I mean, I kind of skimmed on by that, because why would we be wanting to go to war? I know we can't declare war on them that we've got an alliance with, but I just started doubting that there was maybe another reason to have a claim in that area. But okay, I'm going to stick by my guns and stay with Hamburg. So targets an opponent, no. Has less than 4 influence in non-player realm targets areas, and target is eligible. And target is eligible, it says, see the declaration of war restrictions on page 22, the main rules to determine target eligibility. So we're looking at Hamburg here, page 22. Restrictions, he's not an ally. We've not got a truce. It's not a player realm that has passed, but it's not a player realm anyway. On an NPR, ally of a player realm with whom you have a truce or who's passed, no. On an HRE member, at peace with the Emperor, if the Emperor A is your ally, B is a truce, or C is passed, on distant realms undiscovered by you during an interregnum. Right, so none of them apply. I'm just realising that is within the HRE, isn't it? Yeah, so that is going to be, because it lies on the yellow side of that border, Hamburg. So it is going to be part of the HRE. So Austria's going to have something to say about this. So, does it have less than 4 influence? Yeah, we have, for Hamburg, they have, right, remember it's Denmark you're doing, they don't have any influence in there. It's us that have got 1 influence in there. So he's got less than 4, and the non-player realm's target area and target is eligible. I believe so. So now it's coming down to here. Is the target strength greater than or equal to 2 times the bot's strength? And it's got a 2. So the realm strength. This is us looking at the wee 2 down the bottom here. So the realm's strength for the NPR equals tax income. Player realm equals number of deployed units plus available. Plus available units. Or is that something else? Available manpower, that means. Oh, right, okay. So number of deployed units plus available. But the actual non-player realm equals its tax income. Well, its tax income's only going to be 1. So they've got a strength of 1. Because, I mean, there's only the 1 realm. And, I mean, if it being Hanover or Brunswick here, these are 2. But it's just Hamburg's on its own. So that is a 1, and then Denmark's bot strength is number of deployed units plus available. So it's 5, isn't it? They've got a strength of 5. So 5 to 1. So is the target strength greater than or equal to 2 times the bot strength? No, it's 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to 10? No. So no. I see. So if it was, I see. If it was, it's going to go back and find somewhere else to attack, because it's going to realise that's going to be too strong. So no. So now it's going to declare war on target. It's going to spend 1 bot power to recruit 7, 9, 11 units. Right, number of units recruited, spent is determined by the chosen difficulty level. Oh, let's say we were maybe 9 then, in the middle. We were just normal anyway. So I'm going to spend, hang on. Right, it's 9 then. 7, 9 or 11. So spend 1 bot power, which they will. So that's then now got 5, but they've spent 6. So that might need to trigger something different next time they do something. And then they're going to recruit 9 units. So they've only got 5 though. Does that mean they just recruit all 5? Oh no, hang on. Recruit. Right, hang on. Yeah, so bots recruit as many units as indicated by the action they are executing, up to the limit of their manpower. If manpower is lower than the number of units they have paid to recruit, the bot still spends the bot power in full, but only gets the number of units that remain in manpower. Okay, so yeah, so he's going to... Right, I want to say these 3 are going to come into the army then. Is that right? Bot always recruit units to the army area of their bot map. Placing the bot's army miniature on the map is handled in a separate step of the charts. A bot's manpower is calculated in the same way as human players during setup and updated during phase 5. Set the bots always have a minimum of 3 manpower. All units currently in a bot's manpower reserve count as available. Bots never have exhausted manpower. So I think they recruit these 3 then into their army. And they'd like to be recruiting 9, but yeah, I started thinking, do they get more units out of the supply? But I don't think that's right. I think that was right. I think, why would it say there? bots recruit as many units as indicated by the action they're executing up to the limit of their manpower. If manpower is lower than the number of units they are paid to recruit, the bot still spends the bot power. Okay. Yeah, I think that's right. I think I've got that right. So back to... Oh no, well, we need to go back to the flowchart. Okay, so declare war on target. Well, actually, I think we need to... I don't have an accident. Try to do this. I'm stretching over, bringing the counter trays across. It's going to fall at some point. I think we need to do... put this in here, saying we're at war. Now... No, just wait just now, I think, Grant. Because I think Austria's going to become involved here, aren't they? Because Denmark's attacking a member of the HRE. Right, so we'll pod on just now. So we've done the declare war, we've spent the bot power, we've recruited the units. We're now up to here, black line arrow up to here. Bot has non-player realm allies with 2+ influence adjacent to target. No. Hang on. Bot has non-player realm allies with 2+ influence adjacent to target. Well, the only allies that the bot has are Sweden and Norway. Bot has NPR allies with 2+ influence adjacent to target. No, they don't. I'm just working out. It must be. It's obviously the Danish impulse. Danish influence. I'm calling it impulse. Influence. Adjacent to this target. So it's got one influence in here. Right, hang on. Am I reading that wrong? Yeah, I think you are, Grant. So I think I kind of wish this was 2 sentences. I think it's saying, does a bot have an NPR ally? And it does. It has 2. And then I think it's then saying, does it have 2 influence adjacent to the target? Let me see if that makes sense. Let's look at where the flowchart would take us if it did mean that. So if there was another influence in here beside this, that would be adjacent. So the answer would be yes there, I think. I don't think it's the allies need to be adjacent. They just need to have an ally, and then the influence needs to be adjacent. I think that's maybe, I was reading it wrong at first. So well, let's see. So that's that one there. Let's just say if we said yes to that, what would it do? So for each such ally, remove 2 influence from NPR's area. Oh, no, Grant. Bot is NPR ally with 2 influence. And then it's adjacent to target. That's a comma there. So I think what it's saying is the bot has an NPR ally with 2+ influence. Well, it does. Both Norway and Sweden have got... well, there's different areas there. Well, Norway does. So for each such ally, remove 2... But they're not adjacent to the target though, that's the thing. So I think I'm reading that wrong again. So I think it is The bot is an NPR ally with 2+ influence, comma, that's adjacent to the target. So no, they've not got an ally that's adjacent to the target. Let me just check. So if it did, for each such ally, remove 2 influence from NPR's areas, gain 2 bot power, and flip the alliance to the other side. And it removes 1 fewer if it has a royal marriage on the target realm. Yeah, it does say adjacent to target there, doesn't it? So the ally needs to be adjacent to the target. Okay, well, let me know if I'm not reading that right. Either way I'm looking at it, it's a no for us, but I think now, after seeing that little comma there, it means that the bot has a non-player realm ally with 2 or more influence in the area that it's in, and it's adjacent to the target. That's a no then. So targets may send defensive call to arms. Non-player realms always do. Okay. Bots influence from all of target areas. Right, so do we deal with this now? Defensive call to arms. Right, hang on. Right, so I think we need to deal with this now then. Call to arms. It's actually mean that this is an action, but well, I'm assuming the bot just can automatically do this then, can they? Hang on. I'm not seeing anything about them having to be pay for any of this or anything like that. So this action will be taken in conjunction with your own declaration of war, or as a reaction in response to a declaration of war on you or your NPR ally. Yeah, and remember, this is the HRE. So I'm just going to push on and see if I can get this right. When you're the aggressor in a war, your call to arms are considered to be offensive. For offensive, you must discard 2 influence, right? When war has been declared upon you, you may send defensive call to arms, right? That's what's happening here. For defensive call to arms, you must discard 1 influence from the areas of each NPR ally you wish to call. Well, the only NPR ally that Hamburg has is the Holy Roman Empire. From the areas of each NPR ally you wish to call. Now, that's not working here. Because this is not an NPR ally, this is a player realm ally. Oh, here we go. Further down it says, calling... Where did I see that? Calling your player realm allies to war has no cost, but they may refuse. See rules for receiving a call to arms, page 32. If a player realm is allied both to the aggressor and defender, they may only be called to arms by the defender. NPR allies. Right, it's not an NPR ally though, it's a player realm ally. This isn't it. Okay, so I want to say that for each NPR ally called to arms, flip the... Right, but there's not an alliance to flip. Right, I think we need to see about the HRE here. Right, let's see, I think this might be what we need. Page 44, 18.4, defending the HRE. When a non-HRE realm declares war on an imperial subject, that is the case, Denmark are a non-HRE realm, and they're declaring war on an imperial subject. If imperial authority is at +1 or higher, it's at +3, a player realm emperor will automatically receive a defensive call to arms from their subject, unless this subject is at war with the emperor. So it's not, so yeah, it's going to take this. A player realm emperor may accept such call to arms as if from an ally following accepting a call to arms procedure, see page 32, but also tagging the defending the HRE slot on the status map with a tag chit. Okay. Defending the HRE. Where's that about? Aye. So I need to quickly look at page 32, I think. Well, there's page 32, what's referring to accepting a call to arms. When you accept a call to arms, you immediately join your ally's side in the war. If accepting an offensive call to arms, place war tokens on your allies' enemies. If accepting a defensive call to arms, place enemy player realms war tokens on your own capital. Okay, so I think... right, okay. Enemy player realms on your capital, right. So that means that Denmark should now have a war token on Vienna. It's getting a lot of tokens on it. Oh, you can't pick up one of them with Tweezer's Granton. So that goes there. Signify that Denmark's at war now with Austria. Okay, and then it carries on. If accepting a defensive call to arms from a non-player realm ally, you may send defensive call to arms to your other NPR allies using the call to arms action. Oh, this is the bot that's doing that. Oh, he does have an ally. We'll go back to the other bit in a second though. If you accept a defensive call to arms when you're also allied to a player realm on the opposing side, your alliance with a player realm is terminated. If accepting a call to arms from an player realm, decide whether you wish to make them an active... Sorry, I'm maybe not showing you that. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong bit. I thought I was zoomed in on the right bit. I'm reading this bit here. Whether you wish to make them an active ally or not, return to the appropriate step of the declare war action sequence, page 16. So should we have been looking through that? Possibly. Actually, there's a bit on the back here. There's a bit in this chart. So yeah, we should be kind of following this. Determine the targets. There is a claim, so he's not going to lose. Well, I don't know if that affects the bot or not. Maybe we don't. Call to arms. Emperor defends HRE. Page 44. I'm going to go back to that in a minute. And then to remove some influence. Resolve trigger naval battles. Will resolve trigger land battles if no battles take an active units or recruit units action at no cost. Right. I'm going to go back to 44. Right. It's turning out a bit of a slog, isn't it? So tagging the defending the HRE slot on the status map with a tag chit. As long as the Emperor is still at war, this ability will be active. Right, and it means there's a wee tag to go in. Where is it? Defending the HRE. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it says as long as the Emperor is still at war, this ability will be active. So that defending the HRE must do something. Or is it just... I don't know. Not quite sure. Anyway, moving along. If a player realm emperor refuses such a call to arms, under the normal effects of refusing a call to arms, they immediately suffer a -1 penalty. where realms own capital is located inside the HRE, they may also activate the defending the HRE ability when a non-HRE realm declares war on them directly. Okay. Yeah, there's more to this, isn't there? Aye. Okay. So upon activating defending the HRE, a number of NPR units equal to the Emperor's total influence in elector areas, including imperial influence, is added to the imperial manpower pool. Is that box up there? No. Alright, I see it. Yeah. On the status map, up to a maximum of 8 units. The Emperor may use imperial manpower in every battle where they participate in HRE areas or any areas of their realm that are adjacent by land to an HRE area. They may at the start of such battles add all of the manpower's infantry units that will fight alongside their army, except in battles where the enemy faces the Emperor only consists of non-player realm HRE members. Imperial units work like allied units in the battle but are kept separate from any other allied units in the same battle. Once the battle is over, any surviving Imperial units are returned to the Imperial manpower pool. These will be available in later battles. When the Emperor is at peace again in Phase 5, Step B, empty the Imperial manpower pool and return any remaining NPR units to general supply. Okay. So we count up the total influence, including Imperial influence. Yeah, and then add units. So did we just take them out, the Austrian units? Must be them. So what was it, up to a maximum of 8? Mind you, they lost some influence recently, didn't they? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I missed that one. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we've got 10 in there. Oh, hang on. No, Grant. No, these are not out. These are outside the HRE. So it does just say elector areas, which I'm assuming means in the HRE. So this is not, these are not. So in actual fact, this one is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 they've got. Okay, so I put four units in that area there. So I think that's right. And then it says military access in the HRE. While defending the HRE's tag, the Emperor and anyone at war against the Emperor has free military access, see page 25, through all areas within the HRE. Yeah, that's something that, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on as well. Okay, let's try and get back and get this part finished. So I think that's the call terms bit dealt with. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it dealt with, but I'm still not fully confident. I need to watch some more of the videos I was watching. Probably Bridgers does a playthrough. It's on Tabletop Simulator, but yeah, that's all right. I can cope with that. He does a playthrough of this, and I haven't watched it all through yet. I think I need to watch a bit more of that. I think that'd be wise. So moving on. So let's say we've done that. So remove all bots' influence from all of target's areas. Well, he's not got any influence in the areas, so we've done that. Now, declaration of war triggers naval battles. No. I'm going to just, as we're getting sort of a bit long in the video here, and I've not got much time left as well. I don't even know if I don't think that's on the coast. Oh, is that a port? It is a port, actually. Hamburg is a port. So, into the sea, oh, yes, then. Yes is the answer. Damn, I was hoping we were just going to skip by that. Well, no, I want to do it. It's just that I don't want to just stop the video here because I'm running short of time. So, Declaration of War triggers naval battles. Well, I think it is going to... thing is, it's not going to... Let me see. If once we've done that, it's not going to trigger a land battle. Army size. It's going to like 2 times. Target strength. Probably yes. Armies on the map board, no. Place army in the closest. Yeah, there's a bit to do here. To be honest, I think I should just stop just now. I'm trying to rush it now as well, so which is silly. Silly. I know we're still in the Denmark bots turn here, but this is a bit more involved, this part. We've done some actions that happen pretty quick and you can get them done in 5 or 10 minutes, but this one's a bit more involved. We're declaring a war, etc. So, right, Grant, you've just put that away and you kind of want to leave this out with the step that you're at. I'm going to put a little red cube because it's Denmark that are involved here. I'm going to place it on Declaration of War triggers naval battles ? I'm pretty sure it will because there's a port. Hamburg is a port, and Denmark have a ship out in the North Sea. So I'm pretty sure there is going to be a naval battle there. So yeah, it's definitely better me leaving this to come back to it tomorrow or the next day or whatever. So I will leave that for now. We've got moving there. Yeah, still some bits in it that I'm starting to get a bit meaty in there with Holy Roman Empire getting involved with call to arms and imperial units and whatever. Just a little unsure, but yeah, I know things like this are going to come along. There's going to be more of them that are going to appear as well that I'm going to struggle a little bit with. But the best thing I can do is try and play through these and hopefully somebody can correct me. But yeah, I'm going to go back to watching some more of his video footage. Try and do that rather than get my own videos out there. I think I need to watch a bit more and get myself a bit more up to date with how things go as his game goes on. It does kind of speed through things a little bit, but he seems to know what he's talking about. So if I just slow it down and follow it through. Right, okay, I'll leave it for now and I'll get back. I'll be back when I'm back, okay? Cheers.